big enough for you? It has been a while. Sometimes time passes that much that I even forget when was the last time I said hi to you. Sometimes I even forget who am I saying hi to. But anyways, as long as I keep doing the things that I like, why not? One of the things that I like is simply creating videos of my everyday life. This happened, that happened, we went there, we did this, and then whenever I check it out, after a certain amount of period, it feels nice. Then I realize, wow, look, the memory that I created, why I don't do this more often. So here we are, trying to do this more often. What I would like to speak to you today, most probably is family life in Malta. Let's speak about that. For all of those who are having a family or planning starting a family, creating a family, or moving with a family here on the island, I am certainly sure that there are probably many questions you have. Crucial, I would say crucial questions that will determine, once you know the answer of those questions, can determine whether you are willing to move to this country or not. What will be the first thing to start with? Papa, let's see, where are you coming from? Whatever you do in your life, wherever you go, I wish to say that it will be important where you come from. Never forget where you come from. If you're a European citizen, well, then you will be privileged. If it's a European country that you're going to, and now being that Malta is a European country, yes, that's good for the European citizens. Let's say you are from a non-Europe country or a third world country, then things get a bit more complicated everywhere for anything possible, starting with ID. So the options for those that are coming with a family from a third world country, of course, the main sponsor of the family, let's say, which might be the mother, might be the father, they need to have a work permit. They need to have the work permit, and then on the base of their work permit, they can bring their family members. But the family members can have only a residence card as a resident to be living here on the island, but they will not be able to work with such a card. But then also they can get a work permit if they find a work, and then things are a bit easier for people being from the third world countries. If one of the partners is a European citizen, then things are much more easier, because as a European citizen, as a sponsor, that person can bring the partner and the kids, where all the family members can get family member ID, which is valid for 5 years, and it gives you basically all the rights that European citizens have. Me personally, I have had both cases. When I arrived to Malta, it's only here that I found out about the possibility for a family member ID. So for the first 5 years I had like that as a family member ID. Then because of the separation I had with my ex-partner, for 1 year and a half, I had a work permit. And the interesting thing is that this is worth it to share. So after having a work permit, after 5-6 years living here, the company where I used to work got sold to another company, and practically all the employees were made redundant. after staying unemployed a few months after that, for me it was a bit harder finding a job, because then at that point I needed a work permit, and at the same time there were 365 people, for almost 400 people applying in the industry of iGaming, and at the same time the pandemic was happening. So practically when I went to the social to ask if there is any possibility for me for a benefit as an unemployed, this is what they told me. They told me this, that even though I have very good contributions towards the country by paying the social, by paying the taxes in the last 5 years of my employment in Malta, just because currently at that moment, that year, I was with a work permit and I was considered once again as the third world country citizen and being discriminated, I was not entitled to any benefit, even though for 5 years previously I have been paying my taxes and socials. Very interesting. So I didn't get anything. Thankfully after that I got married to my husband. He's European citizen, and once again I applied for a family member ID. As a family member, I'm actually very happy of what am I getting in a way of benefits from the government, and how much easier the things are going. Doesn't matter if it is opening a bank account, opening any other account, applying for things from institutions, so things are much easier. So that's one thing. Yes, after getting my family member ID and after giving birth to my second child here, once again I am entitled to other benefits from the government, like there is children allowance benefit, and every 3 months, depending on how many children you have and so, but for one kid I used to take like 125 euros every third month. Another benefit that I personally got is the maternity leave, 1 month, which is the 4th month of your maternity leave, which is paid by the government. Other benefit from the government is yes, mothers returning to work after maternity. This I need to get it for both of the kids, but for the first application for my son something was wrong, so I didn't get it on time, and eventually a few weeks back I finally settled all the documents for the application, and suppose I should be receiving those money like a tax return, something like that, in the next 6 months. They said I should expect them. Another benefit that we got as a married couple, freshly married couple with me and my husband, we both received like 250 euros each. And another benefit is something which is called in-work benefit, for which yeah, we still didn't got it because my husband is quite lazy to go and apply in his name to the social, because last year again it was only him that he was working while I was pregnant and unemployed. So for that we are entitled again of receiving something. So that is the status of IDs and social benefits and taxes shortly. Certainly I will have to make a video and explain all of this in much more details. Then, after all the family members are here and everything is settled, I'm certainly you want to know about apartments. Now, let's be honest, if you're coming here and finding a job, obviously you will be one of those that are even renting for the beginning. The rents are quite high. I don't house, quite big, located in Aura, with a big garage, costs 1,000 euros. It's the most expensive apartment by now that I have lived in. Ideally, I started with 500 in 2015, 600 2017, 800 2020, and now 1,000 2021. That's when it comes with the rents. Then when it comes to buying a property, if you want to buy a property, well, I don't think you can find something cheaper than 150,000 euros, for which with most of the banks you need to give like 30% like deposit or participation or something upfront. So yes, that is a tough thing, and practically you will have to save a lot to be able to buy apartment. Then comes work. Regarding work, I would say that the market works perfectly well, and I would say that any kind of job can be found. Once again, it all depends what kind of person you are, with what kind of energy you're approaching the things, what are your beliefs, right? But everything is possible, and any kind of job can be find. Then let's speak about the health system here in Malta. Once you have the IDs, Maltese IDs, you are pretty much covered from the government in the health centers. So, I mean, the best experience I'm having so far is with giving birth to 2 of my children here, and I couldn't be more grateful of how everything happened and the care that was given. Everything was free of charge. The monitoring of my pregnancy in all of the months. The main hospital here is called Mater Dei, and I would say I'm very happy and satisfied with Mater Dei. I'm not happy and satisfied at all with the private clinics, because even though if you will have appointments, you will still have to wait, which is the same scenario in Mater Dei, the government hospital. But at least in the government hospital, the nurses and the caregivers are all much showing that they care, actually. And while in the private clinics, everywhere I went, the experience that I had, doesn't matter if it's a pediatrician, if it's gynecologist, it feels that, okay, let's finish you faster, let's see what's happening with you, this is it, this is that, and that's it, go home, give me the money and go home. So practically you're going, from my personal experience speaking, it feels that you're going to the doctor, just the doctor to take the money from you and tell you what's happening, and that's it. Well, no, at least in Mater Dei there is much more care shown, and you feel it. I do have some videos where in details I'm explaining regarding my 2 labors that I have. I might link them here and here. Then shortly what I can throw on you, schools. So childcare and schools are also provided by the government once everything is settled and you're a resident in Malta. So your child, if both of the parents are working full time, there is a government scheme for childcare where free of charge you can send your child to a childcare center. Even though it's a private childcare center, everybody is accepting those schemes from the government, and I really love how the schools are functioning, especially for the childcare I'm speaking now. The care that is given once again to the kids, the things that they are learning, how are they developing struggle, the real struggle, always is when one needs to go to those institutions, fill the forms, fill the papers, give all the papers. The sad reality is that in one institution, even in one office, you may go 5 times and 5 different people will tell you 5 different things. What I would tell you whenever going to apply for something or any type of document that you need to get or give, I would say you really need to know what you need, what are you doing, what document you need, where to get it, and practically you can read everything on internet. And having all the information, I would say, knowledge is power, and then you will know where to guide yourself, because if you let other people guide you, you're lost, my dear friend. You are lost, and you will easily get frustrated and irritated and annoyed, and so other thing that I would like to mention, what it might be. Oh, the traffic and the roads, disaster. Traffic and roads, disaster, my dear friends. Yeah, I can show you now how wonderful pavements there are. There are no pavements for people, there are pavements for garbage bags. Yes, just the other day I made a video and I sent it to Love in Malta because so much frustrating. Practically you cannot walk on the pavements. Not people with special needs, nor mothers with pushchairs and kids. So it's very disgusting. They really have a bad garbage system on the island. Another thing they have, or what they don't have good nature. So this is an island country. There is the sea, there are the beaches, there are some trees, but just like some trees, and practically fresh air is lacking a lot. Fresh air is lacking a lot. Let me show you.